Hey guys, how you doing? All right, let's do this thing. Let's take a look. Let's get on and let's see how we do here. There we go. Oh boy, let's see here. That was a good game. Okay, let's go into Wesley So versus Levon. Yeah, that was. I didn't know if he was gonna go for that. I was like, oh. I thought he was gonna see through it. I was like, I wonder if he is gonna see through this, this sacrifice here. I was like, would he actually accept that sacrifice? And so when he did, and then he got greedy. I was like, huh. I wonder if he sees that. And he didn't. So I just went, huh. And, nice mate, but you know, using the gift the Lord has given you is very important as well. This is a I wanted to show a Levon and Wesley So game. I know this isn't Levon's greatest moments, but you know what? We have to kind of show a little bit. I wanted to show the game I promised you. Wesley So and Levon Aronian. I told you guys that basically I felt like the Lord told me that this was going to be a really powerful game, and it was. They both played really well, and it was like they were moving around for position to get to the right angle, and so it also goes to a really good end game. So that's kind of why I wanted to do it. It's an all around really good game. Oh, cool. Nice, nice. That's cool. 80. Nice. Oops. All right, 1 second. Yeah, Levon's he's doing okay. I gotta say though, this really Wesley now has a chance to maybe come back in the candidates. So now the tournament kind of rating is Vlad Amir Kremnik. I believe he's like second by himself, and it goes Wesley, Mamajaro, and Caruana are they're tied for first now. So tomorrow's going to be a very important game. It's either if it's a draw, if they both draw, then they're gonna continue being first. But it's so tight now. It's between those two. But yeah, this is a Roy Lopez. I was like, uh, Bobby Fischer loved the Roy Lopez when he was white. He loved playing the Roy Lopez. A lot of the grandmasters play this because of how many lines of thought there's in this. It's also one of the oldest openings in chess as well. And so this is how they kind of can put grandmasters or super grandmasters can put a little bit of complications to their opponents by using an opening that has so many variations and lines and all that. So what better than to do that than to throw the Roy Lopez at him? And so he plays the close variation. There is the I think this might be the open variation if I'm not mistaken. Oh, closed, and then if he takes there, then a lot of the grandmasters would in Bobby's era get a structure like this, and it'd be based upon endgame play, because this would be considered a slight weakness for black. So they considered these double pawns to be slightly weaker than this structure here. That's why endgame is really important to study, because That's what grandmasters, the super grandmasters of nowadays and of old, during Bobby's era, have planned for. In the really the beginning of chess, they didn't even think about endgame. They were like, how much material can we sacrifice to win? Castles for Levon, and Wesley goes a4. He wants to take this pawn here. And, and now my teacher told me that if your opponent plays I'm sorry, not. I mean, if black plays b4 in this variation, go a5. The reason is a5 separates these two pawns are now separated, which means they're weak. So you can take a sniper scope at that when this is pushed, and a sniper scope on that when it. See, now these are both weak. These pawns are. And it's kind of funny. You would say they're not isolated, but indirectly they're isolated, because this one can't come and protect this pawn here. This one is separated from that one by this pawn here. So d6, and now takes. Okay. Now Levon has opened up the F file for his rook. So it's actually equal. This is a very equal position because Levon's got more of a compact center and a really nice open file, so it makes up for his slightly weak b4 pawn and a6 pawn. So h3 gets played by Wesley so that he has a flight square, just in case there's any back rank checks. Also, it stops the knight from jumping into g4 and causing any havoc on e3, because sometimes they love to plant a knight here, and that's a big time pain to have one there. Knight d8. Bishop e3, c5 for Levon. Now I gotta say, in my opinion, I would like to be kind of black slightly. This is a little cramped, I understand where his pieces are, but he's got the position closed, so even if he had to, he can jump in there and potentially triple attack here, and then potentially maybe rook there, and you have an attacker there and then an attacker there, so you may be able to win that pawn. So Wesley's pawn now is slightly weak because he can't implant a bishop to b6 to guard the a5 pawn. So now he's having to reroute, and there's also every move has a drawback, like Bobby says. So the drawback of this move is it gave up that square, and potentially this is now a slight weakness, the d6 pawn. So knight d2, potentially eyeing the c4 pawn, c4 square, not pawn. So knight c6 is trying to attack here and potentially kind of get a double. So the pawn pushes, and it's defended at this moment. So now there's the double attack, and Wesley is going for a crunching. Oh, he's trying to pry the center open. So takes, knight takes, pawn takes. And so Wesley's right now down a pawn, but he has some activity. Potentially he could play queen a4, queen e2, and maybe let me see, what else could he do? Maybe let me see, what would be a good move here. what would be a good move here? Because I always try to think of what would I play. He really can't move this knight, otherwise his pawn falls. See, yeah, Levon has a lot of attack here. See, I was surprised he didn't take, and take. But I think he has a worry about something like this. I wouldn't really worry because you could just retreat back. And that takes, and I don't know. I guess it's slightly a problem, but I don't know. I don't really see any sitch to this. I think potentially he could have actually won a pawn there. Oh, so he wins a pawn there. Gotcha. Okay, so that was the idea. Then bishop takes, queen takes, and oh, Snikes. Ouch. Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that happening. No, 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 no. We don't not like that. Oh, there's your fork. Wow. Tactic heaven. Snikes. This is a draw. Wow. That all that arises from there. Yeah, this was the move that was very questionable for Levon. That's why I was wondering if this was right, and it actually is. Because we got to see if you take, he takes, and you basically get this combo. Come on. And basically it comes down to a draw. And it's a draw. Levon had to have seen that move there. And if he would have seen this move here, the game would have ended in a draw, mainly a draw, because he would have been able to, at this point, probably seen all those lines. But that one was a little different. I didn't understand. I really didn't understand why he didn't play that. But you know what? Everybody has a reason. I think he wanted to get his king off this diagonal, but he walked right into I don't know why he walked right into a diagonal though. I think he wanted to get his pawn pushing, but it's interesting. And then the knight comes in, and his knight takes, queen takes. Yeah, you don't want to take with your pawn because then you have that. Yeah, don't make a mistake of that. Yeah, that would not be very. That'd be a hello, kind of thing. Yeah, Wesley has a double attack here and there, so he's got to win his pawn back. Why doesn't he just take there? Oh, the rook. The rook's under attack. Duh. Get that out of there. So more likely D1's going to be played. Yeah. So we were right. Jeremy Silman's principle of imbalance, actually the imbalance principle, which goes back to Aikido. What's the drawback to each move? Well, the rook does have to move, so that's the drawback. No longer is it attacking, double attacking the a6 pawn, but the bishop moving allowed the rook to be placed on a better open file, so slightly better at this point. So now that's getting attacked. Still 0.5. Let's see, what did Wesley play the correct move? Let me see. So queen here was correct because, oh, I see, you want to infiltrate in and start Pac-Man eating all of the opponent's stuff. Okay, and if he plays here and he takes, you have there, so that has to come there, and potentially you have like oh, interesting. So, wow, you don't want that because they're there, there, and whoop. See you later. Boop. So watch those tactics. Fireworks all over the place. So rook comes up here. Interesting. So if bishop takes, knight's coming in. So basically, he'd have to potentially move a his. Oh wow! Smack! Dang man, that's powerhouse. Boom! And then takes, and then boom! Or not boom. Sorry, bang! And smack! And wow! Ouch! No, you don't want it. We don't want to see that. That is too much pain. So he missed this. What would have happened if he was taken here? Well, takes, and equal position. Slightly equal, if anything. So you can't do that. So you'd have to retreat out. So he took there, so that was right. The knight moves. That's hammering home that position there for a fork. This would actually end up becoming a fork. So the knight retreats, and then in comes this knight, and it's all forces go, and bishop comes in. And so all out attack. There we go. So that bishop's attacked and that rook. So that rook's gonna fall. Interesting. Yeah, I guess you could just snap off a pawn, couldn't you? Get a little greedy. Wow. Yeah, this is really interesting. So B1 was a slightly inaccurate move for Wesley. C4 allowed takes, knight takes, and then the queen gets attacked, and that's kind of, he has to kind of retreat back. Now you walk into a pin, and it's like, eee. You never want to be defending, and then, oh, ouch. Yeah, here, and ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Not fun. Takes, knight takes, queen takes, and, slightly better. It's better for white by 2 pawns, but he does have these passers, so white has enough material to stop him. So I guess it would still be okay. But because if you moved here, the bishop would. That's one thing that I didn't know why he moved here, because that walked into an attack there. So he had to take, and then after taking, pawn takes, and e4 was played because now you're forking the bishop, and then he took there. Wowzers. This is an impressive attack. Yeah, you're going to have to start getting... yeah, it's going to be hard to break that spot because... yeah. This was a potential chance of holding. So maybe he could have fortified the position. Maybe. But I gotta tell you, it's just so hard to when you've lost material like that. It hurts really bad. So I know how he feels there. So we go after the pawn. He's fighting strong. I gotta say, Levon fought real strong. He didn't give up at all. He just kept pushing, trying his darndest to get a positional attack. Oh, the computer's tormenting their opponent. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So a5, anything but a5. So check. You got to be very careful that you don't lose your edge here. Even though that's kind of wasn't the best move of the computer, it was a better move than what actually the computer wanted, which was kind of a different for sure. Yeah, that wins on the spot a piece. You got to be careful though here, because you can lose so you got to be very careful not to get a little too greedy. Now Wesley, see Wesley promoted he has a shield for his king, and so now his king is safe for like ever almost. That is an interesting idea. I have no idea why he didn't take, but I don't think he wanted to surrender the pawns. Alright, yes, because sometimes checks are just a pain. But think about this. Let's say he takes here, right? You can just get these two pawns rolling up the board, so that it's gonna, yeah, even if he plays there, you just retreat back, and so you're in trouble. You'd have to intercept, and then you just get your pawns rolling. Sometimes best is just to wow, 99. I resigned at this point, Levon. Yeah, that wasn't a fun. It wasn't fun to get smacked like that. So we'll do some puzzles, and well, we'll get our rating. We'll start building up our rating, guys. Okay. Okie dokie. Do 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 do. Very sneaky, because if we try taking here, he could actually take there. Then we would take. He would take. And I don't really think we have anything at that point. But if we take here, he takes. Let's say, so he takes. I know, I'm trying to think, could that actually work? Bishop takes g4. Bishop takes g4. And queen takes g4. With that queen being there. And then the knight takes. Knight, bishop takes, and I don't think we get anything in that scenario. Let's see, if we played bishop takes, knight, bishop takes, bishop, knight takes knight, bishop takes queen, knight takes queen, and if the bishop retreats out, the knight comes and snaps off that pawn. I don't know. Trying to see if there are any tactics. Man, this is like, do we, let's see, what do we have here? Let's start from the beginning and just take a look kind of what the idea is. Thinking we have to remember that this, so here, there, here. Is there anything else that we can do? I really don't see anything. Trying to see if there are any tactics that we have. No, not really. Huh. Okay, we were close there. Had the right idea. See, if we pin there, knight takes, pawn takes. So here, there, and then queen takes, knight, double attack. That's the best. I really don't see anything else that we could play. Oh, you're kidding me. Why doesn't... I have no idea why this doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Knight takes, right? Takes. Oh, because of the discovery. I missed the discovery. That was my fault there. Yikes. Gotta get more on. Let's see here. Okie dokie. Hold on, I'll be right back. Let's take a looky. All right. So what's the drawback to that move? What are we missing here? Let's see if we played rook takes bishop. Rook takes bishop, rook takes pawn. move our king. He pushes. Let's see, what are we missing here? Let's see, okay, if we take, he actually takes. Do you guys have any ideas? Do you guys have any ideas on what this might actually be here? Because this is like really weird. Yeah, but what about there though? I think you're right on that. That has to be the move. Yeah, I think potentially it might be King E1. You don't really want to walk into that. So that's kind of why I think yeah, King E1 is right, because otherwise what you're doing is you come in here, you're walking right into there, and then you're in a problem. So we don't want that to happen. No, 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 no. Let's see here. Okay, if we play bishop takes bishop, knight takes. Actually, what if we play knight takes? Because here, queen d4. Well, no, then he has, then he takes our bishop. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I like this here. And then if he takes back here, we win that. There we go. There we go. Okay, now this is interesting. Queen takes rook check. King takes, rook takes check. If rook comes up, you play other rook check, attacks the queen. And then we got a pretty good attack going there. So takes. No. See, we get everything. We get that, and that. Yeah. Because if he does something like this, we actually mate and checkmate. Yeah, you have to. It's kind of those. You have to see those type of moves. Like, ugh. Let's see here. Arg. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's see, we do have queen here threatening mate. Because here, if he goes there, takes, and then rook takes the knight. Yeah. Oh, you're kidding me. Huh. I'll get to draw slightly better for, okay. Forgot he could actually take back. irritating. Let me see here. Let's see. Okay. Bishop takes. Queen takes. Rook slides over, attacking queen. Has to go there. Huh. Trying to see. Let's see if we played bishop takes e4, queen takes e4. He has to go over there. Huh. I guess we could double it there, couldn't we? It's too bad we couldn't go here and jump in. See, what can we do here? I'm trying to think. If we take, he just takes with the queen. If we play queen d5, rook takes, and queen takes. Let's see here, here. Are those moves that potentially could be played? Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Let's see. Let's see here, here, there. Queen takes rook. Check. Yeah, I was thinking though, if he takes there, takes and takes, his queen though could slide back down and take our rook. Oh, I get. Yeah, I see what you're saying. We have bishop and knight for his two rooks. I mean, for his rook. That does look interesting. Yeah, he's doing a sneaky move here. So we're forced kind of to take at this point. Well, he thought he can get out of the pin with his queen coming here. See if we were foolish and took here, he could actually come down here and relieve the pin, and he'd be up a queen. So we probably have to play rook d8 at this moment. I want to grab this pawn. I don't like that move because that allows, if we take here, that allows him to potentially come right here and then slide over, and if we take, he comes here, we come over, he gets a rook in behind his pawn. So we have to play, and at this point, if he plays here, we just take with check. If bishop, we can actually at that point take the pawn. So this rook move has to be the move. Otherwise, what'll happen is if he played here, he's got there, and then he can come over. Or even worse is there, and we come there, and he attacks, and it's like okay, and then there we go. Potentially something like that. But oh yeah, back. Oh, I wanted to show you. You were wondering about the queen move. That one queen thing. Okay. Why didn't he take? Well, if he took, it would be. I think we'd be actually in the lead because of that there. So what he tried to do with his little sneaky move here is if we played there, he could actually come down here, and we'd have to take, and therefore he'd be out of a pin, and he'd be up a whole queen. That was the whole idea behind that. That's why you got to be careful not to get too. Yeah, you have to get. You got to be very careful about if they give you material. Sometimes it's actually a decoy. So that's one thing I learned. Like that game that I played. He took that knight, and it actually allowed me to mate him in two. So yes, you have to be very careful with grabbing material. You could be a pawn grubber, but you have to do it properly, so that it doesn't end up giving you a checkmate. Let's see here. Okay. This was guarding here. It also unleashed an attack on that knight. I'm kind of taking a look at potentially knight takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn. Bishop takes check. Bishop there. Bishop takes rook. Queen takes rook, and then knight can jump in there, and we've won an exchange. Because we can't do that because he'll just move his rook over our block with his bishop. So we have to make it a quick, fast smack. I believe we'll take there and he'd play bishop there, and we just move our knight, and we've won a pawn. Because if he takes back, we actually come here and we can actually win there. So is that correct? I don't really see anything else. See, is there anything else that he could do? That we can do? No. So this has to be the move. There we go. Good job, guys. Let's see. Huh. Yeah, he could just actually at that point retreat back, and we've accomplished 0. But if we take here and he pushes, I believe we first have to take, guys. I don't really see anything else that we can do. There's no checks. He may try pushing here, but then we can actually just take back. I tried that at that point afterwards. Yeah, we can take here. He'll push there. We'll check here. When the king moves, we move our bishop to f8. That's the move. Okay, now we need to calculate. Okay, takes. That's mate, so we can't take. Can't play here, otherwise he wins our queen. So she takes. Now we'd have a draw if we took. If we took, it'd be a draw because we'd have to come back and forth. So only move is there. Good job, guys. You guys are really figuring all this out. Great work. You know what? Keep calculating and keep calculating. Let's see here. Let's see, if we played bishop here, knight takes bishop, rook takes rook. Trying to see what would potentially be, because if we played bishop here, knight takes, and this rook move comes over, the bishop's protecting the queen. No, see, we have to be careful with this bishop's close to being hung. Yeah, we have to be very careful with that, but I'm glad you saw that, because that does take in into the thing there. Let me see here. G4. G4. Yeah, that does trap the queen because G4, that's taken, that's taken, that's taken, that's taken, that. That's taken, that, so, and that's taken by a piece, so there is no way of, alright, that is, okay. Wow. The queen was trapped for sure. Nice. Good job. Okay. I'm thinking potentially it might be knight to f5. Boy, this is a pain in the drain here. So that does handle a lot of our sitch. The attacks there and there. Trying to see. Well, we do have knight. That challenges the knight, then we can play potentially bishop there. With a check there, so, The rook itself is a problem. don't know. Well, if we go here, there. I don't think we get anything after that. Not sure if we get anything after a rook sack. Knight f5 looks interesting. He would have to retreat his rook all the way back, and then at that point we could take the bishop, and bishop takes, and I don't know. Do we have enough for our attack? Trying to see, because this rook right here, when it moved here, it became a weakness. So I'd probably say that that's the move, because it sets up for a fork and a multitude of different ideas for our queen to come over and attack. I'm trying to think if there's anything that he can do. He'd have to move his rook all the way back. I guess maybe he could go here, but that'd be... Huh, interesting. Oh, ouch. Yeah. That's not fun. Let's see here, there. Yeah, so that doesn't work for sure. Potentially. Let's see here. That guards that, doesn't it? Attacks there. Let's see here. But doesn't that's not counterintuitive to our position. See, that's one thing I'm not. Yes, I like that idea. I like that it's, protective of our all that. Uh, so I think if we move our knight, he could actually play bishop there. This potentially might be the idea. But if we played, so what I was thinking is, it covers this square. This knight covers that square, because if we move our knight, he has bishop to e5. So potentially that might be the move then. Yeah, the only problem is you can remove it though with the knight there though. I guess we do have that, don't we? Gotta move something. Let's see if we take. Let's give it a shot. Okie dokie. Gotcha. I'll do one more, then we'll log. Let's see. Let's see, is the queen trapped? No, it's okay. Hey, we learned that. You know what? It's all about learning. Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's all about learning. Let's see here. The queen is in a. It only really has one square left to go to. So, if we attack the queen, it goes there. Let's see here. Okay, dokie. Um, Let's see, that pawn's attacking our knight, so is there any way that we can kind of take advantage of that? Oh, most definitely. If we play here and then he retreats back up there, he can't take our knight because of this rook, and we can win his... Yeah. Because if he took if he when we take, if he tries that, we win the queen. Yeah, we're doing good. We'll do one. I think this is interesting. Well, I'll check this one out. If it's a little too long to figure out, then because I like doing puzzles. They're so much fun. Let's see here. Okay. I believe not. Well, no. Drat. That's there. So we'd be in a big problem because if we tried there, he could actually play there. Yeah, we don't want that to happen. No, I do not want that for sure. Okay. He's like tormenting us with this because we can't take it. That's a pain when they do that to you. It's like they're torturing you. It's like, let's see here. Thinking something like that to attack the bishop. Then if bishop takes, rook takes. Huh. Yeah, that does mate, doesn't it? But if queen takes, what happens at that point? I'm thinking it might be bishop g4. Yeah, bishop g4 is the move. Because if he takes with the pawn, we back rank mate him. And if he takes with the rook, we back rank mate him. Bishop g4. Oh, you're kidding me. Wow. Oh. Gotta be kidding me, I missed that. Oops. That is so funny. I want to go back here. Oh, you can take with check. Okay, we'll have to. Well, we'll pick up here from tomorrow. Thank you guys all for coming on. We're doing good. Hey, you know what? That was an eye opener of a puzzle for sure. It's like there's a combination you have to find. But you know what? It was fun. I enjoyed doing it with you guys. Keep up the good work. We're gonna get there. Don't worry. You know what? It's a slow process of growth. That's the whole thing. A tree isn't grown into a giant in one day. It takes time. Same thing with a garden. It takes several months for a garden to grow. And that's the same thing with chess. It takes a while, but we're getting stronger every day. So just, you know what? We learn from our mistakes, then we keep pushing forward. And remember that there's always a plan in the position. Hannibal Smith says that. And when we find the plan, we love it when a plan comes together. Well, guys, just remember, keep studying chess and keep moving forward. And as Wesley So says, serve the Lord Jesus. And as I say, God bless, guys. And I will see you next time on Chess Cruncher TV. I'll see you tomorrow. Be blessed and have a great rest of the day or night. Bye-bye, guys.